Welcome back to beWell. It's time now for fitness in 4. And if you're trying to build muscle, but you're not really seeing results, and maybe time to switch up your routine.
That's right. So Jacob Zimmer at Madison Avenue Strength Lab has 4 moves you may not have thought of. Jacob, no matter how much people work out at a place like the Madison Avenue Strength Lab or anywhere, there's certain muscles that are just harder to train.
100%. Some struggle to grow, and I'm going to show you the ones today that are going to help you fill out a shirt and also a pair of shorts.
All right, what's up first?
We're going to glutes.
All right.
Everybody knows how to squat.
Yeah,
everybody knows how to deadlift.
Normal. Okay.
But let me show you some glute abduction.
Okay.
So you're going to pull out. Beautiful. Come
back.
back.
I feel it already on the first one.
Right where that hip connects, right?
Yes, and all along here as well. A lot of people work leg muscles, but they don't work the calves.
And everybody wants calves.
Yeah.
The reality is it's actually about the bottom portion of the motion, not the top.
Okay.
You want to get a deep stretch to the bottom.
All right.
So step onto a block. You can do this anywhere.
Or steps even.
Anything.
Okay.
Drop down your heels, nice and low. You got that deep stretch.
Ooh.
Now come up on your toes. And come back down and make sure you stay for a second, stretch, and then come back up.
Well, I see people doing this, but why aren't they growing all these muscles?
Because they're not doing it consistently. That's the most important thing.
Consistency is key. All right, what's next?
I think very important, especially for a shirt moving to upper body, is your delts, these shoulder muscles. You want a nice perimeter, and so doing something like a cable lateral raise, very effective because with cables, there's tension through the entire range of motion. Dumbbells are only more difficult at the top.
Okay.
This is going to be difficult the whole way through.
All right, so I just bring my arm out.
I would hold onto this.
Okay.
And really pull. Keep a nice soft bend in your elbow, and you'll feel this light up right away.
Oh yeah, I feel it.
Awesome.
And so you're saying that because this cord is pulling on both directions, it's better than just a dumbbell?
From the very bottom, it's challenging, all the way up to the very top. Whereas a dumbbell, because of gravity, it only becomes difficult at the top.
All right, and last but not least.
Lats.
Whoa,
these muscles of the back here, you want those to pop out.
The V.
Makes your waist look smaller.
Okay, we like the V.
So we're gonna do a pull, which essentially a chin up, but with a pull down, okay?
Okay. So I basically just pull this down like this.
100%. And what you really are trying to focus on, come all the way up, Shannon, deep stretch, and then you're trying to make sure this elbow gets to where your spine is.
Oh, so keep it close to the body.
100%. Come up in a deep stretch, then drive down with your elbows, and get your elbows in line with your spine.
All right, now what can we do if we don't have this equipment at home? This one here, what can we do?
This one, you're gonna have to do some sort of row, so you could lay on a bench, or you could do a one-arm row. This is superior, but you can make do with anything.
All right, great job, thanks.
This is my first time trying Ultra Fit, and we're gonna use these Bosu, so talk me through what we're gonna do.
All right, so Ultra Fit is a great mix of cardio and strength, but balance is really our main focus here. So we're gonna start with a renegade row. So let's find a plank position on our Bosu. So feet are gonna be on the Bosu. We're gonna grab those dumbbells, beautiful, right below the shoulders. Now let's find a nice plank, abs are tight. We're gonna row. So I want you to think about pulling one as you push into the other. Hips are square to the floor, nice and slow. Beautiful, all right, perfect.
Woo!
Let's go to exercise number 2.
Perfect.
We're gonna stand on the Bosu. We're gonna grab these bands. We're gonna face the treadmills. All right.
So the treadmill is the anchor, and this is giving us tension.
Yeah, so we're gonna drop to the bottom of a squat.
Okay.
Perfect. Once we get there, we're now gonna row. So let's hold that squat as we pull those elbows back. Beautiful.
But the thing is, this base has us wobble.
Yes.
As soon as we get down.
Legs are shaking a little bit.
Yes,
All
you
right,
feel
perfect.
it. Perfect. Now, how many of these would I do?
We do them for a minute.
Oh, okay.
Yes, exactly.
A minute?
A minute.
Wow.
Yeah.
Victoria's trying to kill us. Okay, so up next, we're going to flip it over.
We're going to flip it over. Get that other side up.
That's the thing. This is safe to do. It's made to work on this side.
Safe to do, and it's not going to tilt you all the way over. It feels a little scary at first.
It does, especially the entrance.
Right,
right?
Yes, I would
feel
agree.
like that's intimidating.
So grabbing onto the band, let's take our hands overhead.
Okay.
And just taking a nice deep squat. So taking that as low as you can while you keep your hands back overhead. All right?
Now I'm just holding on to this tension and really just like holding that isometric contraction.
That's it.
Okay.
That's it. Feeling the bottom of that squat and then rising up.
And how many of these do I want to do?
We will go for 1 minute,
Okay.
or you can go 15 reps.
So is this like an EMOM, every minute on the minute for the strength?
You usually get 2 moves on the floor.
Okay.
And then you come back and then you go into your next run interval.
Oh, okay, got it. All right, so last but not least.
Last but not least, we'll come into a plank position, hands come onto the Bosu,
Great.
and we'll rock out
Now,
some
should I put
push-ups.
my hands here or do I want to
I
put my
like to
hands
grab
on
the
here?
outer edge
Yeah.
just so I have more control of this wobble.
Okay.
Right? Lower your chest down and then come right back up, just
So
like that.
this is like a push-up,
Oh, it's just like a
but
push-up.
it's like somebody's mad at you.
Right?
It's like a push-up that's just like meaner.
And you can turn this up by bringing your feet up higher, right? That makes things more challenging. Or going one leg, look at you working it out, right?
Great.
Welcome back to beWell. Time now for our fitness in 4. Now, even if you don't want a six-pack, it's important to have a strong core for stability. So here to help us do that is Joe Hunt, and you say we can do this without doing a single sit-up.
No sit-ups or crunches whatsoever.
Okay, I like the sound of that, so what's first?
The first exercise is going to be called the reverse Nordic. So let's get down here on your knees.
All right.
Good, both knees here. Good, excellent. We're in the nice tall posture.
Okay.
Keep your hips forward the whole entire time, and all you're really going to do is bend at your knees and lean back. Keep the abs tight. You're going to feel those quad muscles. Yeah, then come up nice and slow. Excellent.
It's hard not to fall when you're doing that. That's where the stability comes in,
That's where that core work comes in, right? Right in there. So it keeps that transverse and also gets the muscles in the back. So it gets the whole entire core, not just the six-pack muscles that we're familiar
I
with.
feel it in my legs too, right
Yes,
here.
absolutely.
Okay, next one.
Excellent. Next thing we're gonna do is a farmer carry.
Okay.
Right, so one arm we're gonna hold, and so that's gonna force your obliques to work on this side. Right.
Because you're trying not to drop.
You're trying not to go that way, right?
Okay.
So it's just similar to like carrying a suitcase or your luggage. And for those who travel a lot, this is a good exercise for that as well. This is a good exercise for those who carry groceries in one hand, or maybe you got that kid nagging, pulling on one side, and you need those oblique muscles to pull you back straight.
And how long should you do this for?
Anywhere you can hold 30 seconds to a minute on each side. Will be pretty sufficient.
The third one is the one that's similar to a plank, right?
Right, so we're gonna do a regressed form of a plank, right?
Okay.
So we're gonna be elevated, your arm's gonna be straight, right? And your legs will be back, right? So this is our normal plank, hips up just a little bit, right? So this is our normal plank. Make sure you got a nice pelvic tilt in there. Excellent, this is our normal plank. What we're gonna do is now take this and make it an overextended plank by you keeping your torso exactly where it is, but your feet are gonna slowly start to walk back. Good, and now you're in that overextended position. I'm sure you're feeling those abdominals and your transverse and all those muscles screaming. Keep that pelvic tilt in there, hips nice, tucked up under you, glutes tight, yes. Excellent.
I'm
right
shaking.
Here.
I feel that one. Woo. How long should you hold that?
You can hold that also 30 seconds to a minute tops, and that should give you some real good results.
Oh, I felt that one. All right, and last but not least.
Last but not least, one of my favorites. This is called a front squat.
Okay.
So the difference of a back squat and a front squat, the bar is going to be in the front, which is going to force us to keep our chest and our torso elevated, right? And so it's just like a regular squat. Bring your feet about shoulder width apart.
Okay.
Yep, and you're gonna squat down, keeping your hips up. Perfect, just like that. Ooh. Good, a nice cue is to keep them elbows up nice and high and keep your chin up towards the ceiling. They help keep your form upright. And as you can clearly see, you have to keep your back straight to keep this position proper.
I feel the core working. Thank you so much, Joe.
It is time now for Fitness in 4, and this workout is called Alpha. We're here at Lifetime, so talk me through what we're gonna do.
Yeah, so an alpha strength workout is a little bit of Olympic lifting, some conditioning. So I'm gonna take you over to one of our platforms. This will be yours, this will be mine.
Great.
All right, we are gonna work with 2 barbell movements today, 1 kettlebell movement, and 1 with the box. So we're gonna start with a front squat.
Okay.
All right, so we wanna get that barbell into a front rack position. So let's grab that bar. About shoulder width apart.
Yep.
Good, we're gonna take a step forward.
Okay.
Awesome, so now can you get that bar up to your shoulders?
Yes.
Awesome, can you get your elbows in front of the bar?
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna look straight ahead. We're gonna pull our abs in nice and tight. We've made this little shelf. Can we drop into that squat while keeping that shelf?
And I wanna go nice and low.
Yes, we wanna get nice and low. We wanna keep the heels on the floor.
Now, why am I not putting it and resting it on my shoulders?
So yeah, you're resting it on your shoulders because you don't want all that weight in your wrists.
Okay.
So again, my elbows are in front, right?
But
so
how come I'm not putting it behind my back?
So
like
it's a
resting it
front
down?
squat, so
Okay.
we're loading the weight in the front. So we're gonna get a little more on those quads here with that front squat, as opposed to it being loaded in the back.
Okay, and what's our next move?
All right, so now we're gonna do a push press. So let's grip that bar a little bit more. All right, we're gonna give it a little dip and a drive. Yes, perfect. So from the shoulders all the way up, we're using those hips to drive the bar to the ceiling. You can kind of lift those heels a little bit, drop them as soon as that bar reaches the top. Hey, there we go. So you're using your legs to help you get that bar.
And you feel your heart rate accelerate on that
Yes,
one.
your heart
That's
rate
good.
gets up on those, of course.
Now, if somebody doesn't have a bar like this at home, can they do this with just
any
regular
bar,
dumbbells?
any lighter bar,
Okay.
dumbbells for sure.
Okay.
Any like weighted household item.
Great. All right,
Beautiful.
next up we have a kettlebell.
We have a kettlebell. All right, so the way that we kind of used our hips to drive that bar up, we're gonna use our hips to drive this kettlebell forward.
Okay.
So I want you to think hinge, right? Your hips are going back, your hips are going forward. Perfect.
Great.
Beautiful. So think back and forth. And again, we're squeezing, right? That kettlebell is shooting up into the air because we're driving it forward. And again, this will get your heart rate up.
Absolutely.
How's that feel?
I love it.
Good.
And if I don't have a kettlebell, I could use a dumbbell and just kind of
Dumbbell, yeah. Even like a weighted water bottle, something. Anything you've got at home will work. One more exercise. All right, so we are going to do a box jump.
Okay.
And you could do this at home with like your stairs.
Okay.
Or anything, all right?
Yeah.
So we're going to stand behind that box.
Okay.
All right, you're going to give me a little squat, a little jump. We're going to land in a squat. We're going to stand up. And then we're going to step off.
Okay, great.
Let's see.
All right, listen, if you have a workout you love, remember to scan that QR code so we can try it out.